I have seen a lot of blank minutes of useless information videos on my YouTube page back in early 2021 to late 2022. Since then, I've always wanted to create one of these videos but in a CTD-esque. After all, I'm pretty much known as the facts guy in CTD. So without further ado, let's get this started. Also, stay tuned till the end of the video for a special announcement. Reminder, this video is exactly what the title says. Every fact in this video about CTD is useless. As much as I would like to think that is. The smallest CTD lobby is a tie between the level 30 lobby and the test room, both of which make me want to die of claustrophobia. The second smallest lobby is the level 20 lobby. The second largest lobby is the floating main island lobby. And lastly, the largest lobby is the universal void. You can actually sit on the board planks outside the level 20 lobby. Bet you haven't discovered that yet, huh? Ducky, Solemn Lament Gunner, and Higher Dreadeye are the only towers to not be affected by the Colorable Towers Game Pass. Unless if you count the meter atop Solemn Lament, which, let's just not talk about. The Spook debuff that is applied from the Scout of the Spooks perk deals ethereal damage, which is a branch damage type from the magical damage archetype. Back in 2022, there were old pictures of the current perks that we know today, such as the old Quaternary Cadenzi. But the old Vindictive Souls icon was changed due to... That kind of looks familiar Speaking of old perk icons, as of this update, when you try to apply the Quaternary Cadenzi perk, the old icons still appear as the effect for the perk. When selecting Monolith Ruins as the map you want to play on the bottom right corner, you can see the owner getting a screenshot for the thumbnail of the map using FreeCam. The icon for Magma Chamber is a bit uncentered, as you can see from the white line on the left. If you were to no-clip through the broken door in the level 20 lobby, then drop down through this hole, you can find another broken door, a level 1 keycard, and a pillar with the word farmer barely sticking out. This pillar inside actually contains a yellow brick with the word farmer atop it. When you try to communicate with it, it has the exact same dialogue as the farmer NPC outside the lobby. In the old CTD lobby, there is a character that rests on the side of one of the ships. That character is Enforcer from Quantum Clash, another game of shards. 1,245,141,514 is the wave number when playing the hidden wave. You see that dummy on top of the destroyed ship? It has a name. Its name is Phantom. The reason? I don't know, Shard just said that's the name and the rest is history. Also, why does it keep on T-posing after 3 fucking... If you were to use the level 1 key card on the Gachacom 3000, it flashes with a text that says, Future Update Content. Have you ever wondered why there's a black dagger on the Black Rodale Island? Well, it most likely belongs to whoever this guy is. He's also the same guy who stole the candy cane ball during the Halloween event. Before the wiki fandom was created to store information about CTD, there was an official Trello for the game. This is pretty much the wiki but a bit more tedious to go through. The Trello has been abandoned since September 17, 2021, as displayed on the Important tab. Though there has been signs that the Trello was supposedly rumored to be revived, as can be seen by the addition of the Cat's Eye layer map and the enemies in it, those being uploaded on February 4th, 2022. The previous secret room behind one of the waterfalls in Grand Hall was an Among Us room. It was later changed to the Duck room because the song was deleted off of Roblox. Many people believe that the fourth secret is a hard hat, leading to the conclusion that one of the hard hat dummies, mostly Muglo, would join the battlefield one day. But in reality, the fourth secret is actually a stone from the website Atlas Wiki. Sorry to ruin the fun, you guys. This wasn't listed in the CTD Wiki for Eternity Scout, but do you know that it grants nearby scouts a 100% damage buff? Pretty neat. The scouts that the Eternity Scout buffs also gain a visual effect, with the white bits surrounding the buff towers. The Sleeping Toxicator has been added ever since the release of the game. With this in mind, this guy's been sleeping for more than 4 entire years. He must be having a wonderful dream, really.
Got ketchup mixed with lettuce, cheese, 'cause every time.
This knife, not to be confused with the cultist dagger behind the Halloween billboard. This item can be found in a tree in which it is stamped on.
That isn't the cultist knife at all. That is a knife wielded by anarchists in the hit class fighting game Button Clash. Speaking of the cultist knife, it can also be found in Quantum Class and is wielded by, you guessed it, cultist. Its moveset is exactly what the stereotypical cultist would do. Back in 2022, there is a bug in CTD that whenever you place an intoxicator, a green orb will spawn relative to its position. Based on this theory, I believe the orb spawned at the origin of the original baseplate at 00. The baseplate map once had a hidden secret when you look below it. I honestly cannot describe what this means, but it sure does look like a work of art. Back in August of 2022, if you were to play Grasslands and decide to look around the outskirts of the map, you can see these 5 characters just hanging around on one of the sides. They are named Cybercloaker, Cyborg, Newbot, Rusty Android, and Android. Apparently, these characters were accidentally placed at some point and were probably created by me. As for what the purposes these characters are for and what game they're originally from, if they had any to begin with, I am honestly clueless. Speaking of CTD shenanigans in 2022, these 2 orbs labeled reset coins and 500 tokens atop the sleeping intoxicator trees were accidentally added for a short time. The most likely reason was that the owner at the time was doing debugs on the game. Critical Tower Defense's first anniversary was on a Sunday. Critical Tower Defense has 7 syllables. The most vowels in Critical Tower Defense are 4 E's. The most consonants used in Critical Tower Defense are 2 C's, 2 R's, and 2 T's. There is a Roblox player with the username Critical Tower Defense with no spaces. They created their account on April 25th, 2021. They have 1 follower and they own 1 badge. The reason this is possible is because Critical Tower Defense has 20 total characters and fits within the range of characters allowed for a Roblox username. The March 28, 2022 farmer incident happened on a Monday. If you were to go into free cam mode on every map in the old CTD and zoom all the way out, you can see a plethora of tower models, some of them being unreleased. Out of the bunch, the models that stood out the most are Painter and Alchemist, towers that have yet to see the light of day. According to some people, Painter's gimmick would be that if it is near a tower that provides a debuff to an enemy, example, fire damage or slowness, the Painter would also have that debuff, although albeit a bit less potent. This gimmick stacks to an unknown limit if there are different towers with debuffs around the Painter. It is unknown whether or not Painter's gimmick stacks with other coexisting debuffs, or if it only spreads the debuff effect to cover a greater area. As for Alchemist, it was actually a concept that won in an old CTD chord contest. Surprisingly, the person who suggested the idea was ProbablyOscar. Its gimmick was that it would apply a random debuff onto the enemy. Unfortunately, Alchemist will never be added to CTD because the owner clarified that it is not real and was only added for testing purposes. When you walk up to the daily reward, you will always earn 175 coins for every 20 hours. So that got me thinking, how many days does it take to earn all coin towers just by earning coins from the daily reward? This is assuming that all coin towers can be bought at level 0, which is impossible because of the level requirements for each tower. Firstly, we need to round the daily coin reward to the nearest day. Doing the math gives you approximately 210 coins per day. Adding up all the prices of towers that you can buy with coins gives us a total of 51,100 coins. Divide that by 210 coins and you'll be able to earn all coin towers in 243 days and 8 hours. If you also want to account for the perks that you can buy with coins from the perk shop, the total increases to 76,500 coins. Dividing this by 210 coins and you will need 364 days and 6.9 hours to buy all coin-based towers and perks by just solely using the daily reward. We still have yet to consider the cosmetics here. If you also want to go even further and account for the cosmetic sets that you can buy with coins, the total increases to a whopping 204,000 coins. Dividing this by 210 coins, and this gives you 971 days and 10.3 hours to buy all of the current towers, perks, and cosmetics with coins from the daily reward. I wonder if someone is crazy enough to do this. If you're planning to buy the game's currency for Robux, here are all the coins/tokens to 1 Robux ratio for each currency game pass. For the first one, you get 12 coins per 1 Robux, 12.5 coins for the second one, and 13.33 coins for the third one. For tokens, it is 0.44 tokens for the first one, 0.455 tokens for the second one, and 0.5 tokens for the last one. The Endless Space of Burning Time event goes by 2 names, the former being the latter and the Endless Burning of Space and Time, as per the badge reward upon triumphing the event. And finally, the bottom sides of the rhombus on the CTD logo do not line up with the concave hexagon lines atop it. I am not at all sorry for completely ruining your day. Hi, post-edit ordinary here. So we accidentally reached like 1,000 subscribers. Why did you guys do this? I'm just kidding, but for real though, thanks y'all so much for subscribing to this somewhat dead YouTube channel. It's honestly crazy that I managed to reach this milestone. Anyways, this is the special announcement right here. If you want to comment for the 1K subs Q&A special, I reckon you read like the information on my community tab first regarding this, and comment on there or on my Q&A video that I made over 2 weeks ago that barely anyone saw. Shout out to the early commenters though, huge W. And yeah, that's about it for the special announcement. Thanks y'all so much again for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers and watching all the way through the video. Unless you just skip to the end, which in that case you get negative brownie points. And with that, I'll see y'all at the Q&A. Bye bye!